Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English News Bình Phước radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Hưng Két and now on the headline as usual. Bình Phước meets village elder and reputable people from ethnic minorities. During growing area costs being developed, state president asks military youth to strive for better performance. Domestic tourism enjoying strong recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, Bình Phước province had recently hosted a meeting with village elders and reputable people from ethnic minorities.
Bình Phước is home to 41 ethnic minority groups, which have a total of 96 village elders and 345 reputable people in 2023 to 2027 period. Village elders and reputable people take the lead in patriotic movements and local campaigns. The meeting affirmed the major contribution of village elders, village chiefs, and reputable people in encouraging others to implement the party and state guidelines, policies, and laws. Speaking at the meeting, Vice Chairwoman of the Bình Phước Provincial People's Committee Trần expressed her hope that village elders and reputable people would continue to act as the bridge between the party committee, the government, and the people. Bình Phước will continue to effectively implement investment programs in ethnic minority areas through the national target programs for socio-economic development in ethnic minority and mountainous areas in 2021 to 2030.
Aware of the importance of developing during growing area costs, farmers in Thông, Nhất, commune in Bù Đăng district have changed cultivation mindsets to create a foundation to grow the fruits in a sustainable manner.
Thông, Nhất commune has a Durian area of about 400 hectares, with 22 households taking part in the development of growing area costs on a total of 31 hectares. Farmers have sent applications for planting area costs to authorities to proceed with the next steps under regulations. Planting area costs are aimed at monitoring and controlling production and quality to ensure the safety of agricultural products from pre to post-harvest and to trace the origin of agricultural products and packaging processes. Farmers have an important role in value chains for the durian industry. But benefits come with a responsibility to comply with domestic and international regulations and standards. In understanding that, farmers can succeed in exporting durian abroad.
The farmer unions of wards and communes in Dong Xoài City has been active in innovations and boosted the efficiency of a campaign to promote production, conduct business, and sustainably reduce poverty.
Members of the unions are also the core participants in movements in localities and residential areas, such as those building green roads. The city's farmers' union will continue to develop economic models and actively create the conditions for farmers to access capital and apply science and technology in production and boost sales. They will also have farmers transform agricultural production methods following urban agricultural methods in order to improve value and economic efficiency and meet development trends in the urban economy.
Now let's take a look at the top story around the countries. Ladies and gentlemen, military youth should continuously study to improve their capacity, enhance their knowledge of science and technology, and master modern weapons and technical equipment. President Võ Văn Thưởng made the recommendations at a ceremony in Hanoi on March the 16th to honor 10 outstanding youths and 43 promising figures of the armed forces in 2022.
Highlighting the vanguard and creative spirit of the youth in the military, the state leaders said that they should continue to work hard to sharpen their professional skills and solidify their mettle, becoming military officials and soldiers with high capacity and good morality, following President Ho Chi Minh's teaching. They should be deeply aware of the values of peace and national unification, as well as their responsibility in safeguarding national sovereignty and territorial integrity. The President asked the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union in the military to coordinate closely with their peers in the localities where they are stationed to implement social welfare, natural disaster relief, and pandemic prevention and control activities. The state leader also stressed the need to enhance the quality and efficiency of youth movements through reformed implementation methods, as well as the necessity to build strong youth union organizations in association with the building of the party and military units.
Politburo member and permanent vice chairman of the National Assembly Trần on March 15th arrived in Madrid to start his 4-day working visit to Spain.
At a meeting with Secretary General of the Communist Party of Spain Enrique Santiago, the Vice Chairman of the National Assembly highly valued the positive progress of the Vietnam-Spain relations, with a large number of high-level visits. He underlined that cooperation through the party channel is an important foundation for the promotion of the political and diplomatic ties between the two countries. Enrique Santiago expressed his admiration for the Communist Party of Vietnam and its role in the national struggle for independence, in the past and the current national development of Vietnam. He said that his party is always willing to contribute to promoting the Vietnam-Spain relations, as well as the ties between the two parties. The same day, he had a meeting with leaders of Acciona Group, and visited a number of wastewater treatment plants, run by the firm in Madrid. Acciona, one of the leading Spanish enterprises in the field of infrastructure development, renewable energy and environment, has engaged in a canal cleanup project in Ho Chi Minh City.
The People Committee of the Central Province of Quảng Ngãi held a ceremony at the Sơn Mỹ Memorial Site in Tỉnh Khê Camille, Quảng Ngãi City on March 16 to commemorate the 504 civilian massacres exactly 55 years ago.
On March 16, 1968 morning, 504 Sơn Mỹ residents, mostly the elderly, women and children, were killed brutally. Since then, Sơn Mỹ became an inconsolable pain of the entire Vietnamese people and others of conscience around the world. The Sơn Mỹ massacre is not the only but a typical case of the brutal crimes that warlike forces committed against people of Quảng Ngãi and Vietnam during wartime. And it is also typical for the ultimate pain Vietnamese people suffered from. The 55th anniversary of the massacre is an occasion to commemorate the victims, pray for peace, and more importantly, take practical actions to heal the wounds of the past and develop the life to ensure happiness for all. The mass killing, also called the My Lai massacre, took its name from one of the 4 hamlets where it happened.
According to the Vietnam Tourism Association, a year after Vietnam economic reopened after the COVID-19 pandemic, about 90% of hotel and accommodation provider and 70% of food service establishment and transport company has resumed operation.
Domestic tourists are busy traveling from north to south. Travel demand appears to have exploded. Most Vietnamese are choosing to holiday in Vietnam. Authorities and tourism businesses took the initiative in building a strategy to attract tourists as soon as the pandemic was under control. A number of large-scale cultural and tourism events have been held since the end of last year. Catering to over 100 million tourists last year, the domestic tourism sector has been a lifesaver for the industry. Rising domestic tourism has led to strong growth in transportation, warehousing, foods and beverages, and wholesale and retail, and is gradually returning to pre-pandemic levels.
And that's all for today on BPTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.